What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today, we're going to be doing the big match watch-along of City's huge game at the Etihad Stadium, taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. We've lost 2 in a row in the Premier League. We need to win this game. We've not lost 3 in a row under Pep Guardiola whilst he's been in charge at Manchester City. We've not done, I don't think we've lost 3 in a row in 7 years in the Premier League, so we want to be avoiding that one. And Brighton and Hove Albion at home as well. It's not going to be easy, this one, for Manchester City. And a few changes, some surprising changes in there that we will digest in the coming minutes. So before I do crack on with this live watch-along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do leave a thumbs up. You know what we're aiming for here, always on the JSGC channel when it comes to live watch-alongs. We're aiming for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Already out of the 90s and into the 80s. We're now 86 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well. If you are new around here, less than 60 subscribers away from my goal of 32,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be fantastic. Also, don't forget as well, social media links there in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well, let me know your thoughts in the live chat whilst it is rolling for you guys. Do let me know where you're tuning in from, and also don't forget as well to let me know your score predictions as well. We've got MCFR in the room. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, a watch-along. We've got plenty of watch-alongs coming up as well throughout the season for you guys to enjoy. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. City as well. Enjoying that there is another live watch-along for you guys to enjoy. So thank you very much to both MCFR and City for tuning in. Maid going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. I like the positivity. Thank you very much, Maid, for the comment. Jojo as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, cheering on Manchester City today. iFreestyles, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in too. Paris as well, going for a nice positive 3-0, I presume, to Manchester City there. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Denwood as well, thank you very much for tuning in, saying go City go. We are the Warriors, we are the conquerors, we're the champions, we're the treble winners. We need to go out there and put in a good performance today and hopefully pick up the win and get back to winning ways and get the pressure applied to everybody else. Liverpool already played, and I suspect that they may well be one of the teams that are competing for the Premier League this season. Played the Merseyside derby at Anfield, managed to grab a couple of second-half goals towards the end to beat Everton 2-0, so they go to the top of the Premier League. So Manchester City, if we want to be putting ourselves up there and try and get back to the top of the Premier League and prove we're over our defeats against Wolves away and Arsenal away in our last couple of Premier League games, then we need to win this game and we need to start getting that pressure applied to the top of the Premier League, because our fixture schedule between now and the next international break isn't going to be easy for Manchester City. Manchester United in the Manchester derby away from home next weekend. We've got a match coming up against Bournemouth at home. We've got Chelsea away coming up. We've got a difficult game against Liverpool after the international break as well. It's not going to be easy for Manchester City. And this game here against Brighton as well, also right up there with one of the most difficult games that we've got. I could argue a case that this game here is more difficult than next weekend's game away at Manchester United. Brighton are a very good, very well-drilled, organised team. It's not going to be easy today for Manchester City, but as I said, fingers crossed and touch wood, Manchester City will be able to get them 3 points. We've got some other people tuning in, so much appreciated. We've got Gotistone, I hope I said your name correctly there, tuning in. It says goals galore, cheering on Manchester City today. I hope you are right. Hope we're going to see some goals for Manchester City as well, and I reckon we'll be in for a very entertaining game, and I'm backing this game to be both teams to score. City fan 203, not 2023, but thank you very much for tuning in and asks how I am. I am very well, thank you, my friend. How are you today? John, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in, a regular here on the JSGC channel. John also helping to moderate today's chat. Remember, we don't have many rules here on the JSGC channel, but we do have a couple. Number one, it's games in the blackout. So there's a few people here like me tuning in from the UK that aren't able to watch this game as it's not being live broadcast, so we'll have to head online to find a stream, which naturally means that I'm going to be a little bit behind some of the other people. So please, no ruining it for me and no ruining it for everybody else as well. That's one rule that we have, and just keep things nice, clean, friendly. And also, I don't believe I have to say this, but I do have to say this. We're going to try and keep things nice and positive, nice and entertaining for people, because the point of these live watch-alongs, the point of covering Manchester City and covering it with online content creation that I do is to not only make things as entertaining as possible, but also makes it a nice little safe space away from everything else. So I'm going to kindly ask that we keep politics, bad language, all that shebang out of the live chat, please. If I do see any of it, please don't take any offense if I end up. I'll give a warning. I'll say, please stop. If you don't stop, I'll then remove you out of the live chat, because, as I said, there's lots of things happening out there. There's lots of differences of opinions and stuff. And at the end of the day, we're here to escape reality. We're here to enjoy a game of football, and we're here to watch our beloved Manchester City. So I'd appreciate that one for you guys. And thank you, everybody, for the understanding and everything. Alec, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well. City fan asking, what is my score prediction? Well, that leads me very nicely on to speaking about the teams, and I'll give my score prediction from there. So let me just get up the teams for you guys, and we can speak about that, because some very interesting team news for this game. Very interesting. That I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting, but we'll digest that and see what is happening. So let's just get them teams up for you guys. Make sure that's done that properly as well. Yeah, it seems to have done it properly. Perfect. So Manchester City, just having a look here, according to Sky Sports, City firm favourites, 3-1 on favourites to win this game. Brighton's very good odds, 6.5 to 1. Wouldn't surprise me if Brighton do something today. It really wouldn't. That draw just under 5 to 1 as well. Tell you what, if you're feeling a bit pessimistic, might be worth a couple of quid on that, to be honest. A draw or a Brighton win. Worst case scenario, your bets don't come in. Manchester City win. Happy days. Anyway, we're going to speak about Brighton, our opponents first. They're starting, and a big call from them, going with Jason Steele in goal ahead of Verbruggen, who I was expecting to start in this game. James Milner makes his return. I think he'd had a fitness test just before this game. Not only is he risked and put into the squad, he goes into the starting 11 away at Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium as well. Big call made there by Brighton manager. Hoping it's got the stuff here. It hasn't. Never mind. But yeah, big call there from the manager there to go with James Milner. You've got what looks like Lewis Dunk starting as captain. You've got Solly March, Dos Santos as well starting as their defenders. You've got a midfield made up, I think it's made up of Belieber, Gross, and possibly Junqueira de Jesus starting in midfield, I think, for Brighton, because it's going to be Adringa starting on the right wing, Mitoma on the left wing, and they've given a big call for Danny Welbeck starting up top. So definitely expecting Man City to have plenty of the ball and looking maybe for a little bit more pace rather than aggression, and that's why Danny Welbeck gets given the nod ahead of Evan Ferguson, which I think arguably is the biggest call made in this game. I would have started an inform Evan Ferguson here. I think he could have caused Manchester City some problems, but they've given Danny Welbeck the go instead. On the bench for Brighton today, Verbruggen, Webster, Dahoud, Gilmour, Lallana, Ferguson, Van Heck, Ansu Fati, and Veltman as well. Pretty strong bench that from Brighton, and a pretty strong team as well. So should be a really good game of football there. Potentially, I can argue the case here that Brighton are going a little bit more negative than what I've seen normally. And I think they're expecting here Manchester City to really dominate the ball. And because of that, they're going to be looking a little bit more for the counter-attack rather than looking to really take the game to Manchester City, which I think first goal in this game could be absolutely crucial because of that. Now, moving on to Manchester City's starting 11 for today. And this is the biggest call, I think. Stefan Ortega-Moreno starts. I could understand if Ederson was injured, but he's not. Clearly see his name right there, number 31, Ederson, on the bench. I don't know why we've started Stefan Ortega-Moreno ahead of Ederson. Ederson is Manchester City's number one goalkeeper. I don't know whether Pep was unhappy with the performances of Ederson maybe in the last game against Arsenal. He didn't have that much to do, to be fair. He just had one shot on target and it was put into the back of the net. I didn't think Ederson was to blame for that ball going into the back of the net. I don't know whether it's down to distribution and they wanted a little bit more from Ortega-Moreno, or maybe Manchester City are expecting Brighton to really attack, so they want more of a shot stopper put in goal for that reason. I don't know whether Ederson's had a disciplinary issue. I don't know whether he's been injured and he's only just come back and Pep doesn't want to run the risk. I don't know whether he's arrived back late from international duty or he's not as well prepared as what Stefan Ortega-Moreno is. I don't know. That is a massive call, though, for Ederson to be put on the bench and start with Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Is he going to keep a clean sheet? That's the big question, because if he does keep a clean sheet, big questions will get asked midweek in the Champions League match against Young Boys of Bern away from home, because if Ortega-Moreno puts in a good performance and keeps a clean sheet, I can argue again he should be starting in the next game. Manchester City defence, Kyle Walker, captain the side, starting for Manchester City. I suspect it's going to be Manuel Akanji going through the middle and Josko Gvardiol going at left side of centre-back for Manchester City, which means Nathan Ake drops to the bench. But another big call here by Pep Guardiola, and he's not he's not injured. Ruben Dias. I don't know why Ruben Dias is on the bench and we've started Manuel Akanji ahead of him. I know John Stones returns to City's team. He's going to go alongside Rodri, but I think I'd have preferred Ruben Dias to have started ahead of Akanji at the heart of Manchester City's defence today. The fact that we're going to have Danny Welbeck running at Manuel Akanji, and Akanji's good defender, he's just not the quickest. And I think I'd prefer for Akanji to have gone more onto the right-hand side. I feel like in the back three, he offers more to Manchester City when playing on either side, on the right or on the left, rather than through the middle. I trust Ruben Dias with my life when it comes to football. Ruben Dias starting as Manchester City centre-back is what I would have gone for. Again, I don't know if he's just picked up a little niggle or a little knock, or I don't know. Pep Guardiola will have his reasons. I'm just saying what I would have done. The fact that we've got Ederson and Diaz on the bench tells me that they aren't injured, and this is purely based on either players coming back from the international break tired, or this is a tactical reason. If it is a tactical reason, what is that tactical reason? Midfield for City, they're made up of John Stones, and you'll all be pleased to hear Rodri is back. Suspension over. He starts. You know what it means when Rodri starts? Means every single game that we played this season when Rodri started in a competitive game, Manchester City have gone on to win, and I'm hoping that that isn't going to be a commentator's curse, and that is going to be proven as a fact. It looks like Julian Alvarez is going to be playing behind striker Erling Haaland. I can't work out if it's going to be Bernardo Silva on the right wing or Phil Foden on the right wing, and either one of them going through the middle. They could alternate, so I reckon probably going to see Bernardo going in a more of a deeper role here, and the fact that we've not got Jack Grealish started in this game tells me that Bernardo may be going in midfield and Phil Foden goes more onto the right-hand side. All depends on what City are looking for. Jeremy Doku given the nod on the left wing for Manchester City ahead of Jack Grealish. Ouch! Jack Grealish! Ouch! Doku given the nod ahead of him. And if Doku can put in a good performance here, Jack Grealish is going to have to work really hard to get his spot back in the Manchester City starting 11. And of course, Erling Haaland, main man number 9, starting up top for Manchester City. And I'm sure we'll want to return in with a good performance and returning back amongst the goals for Manchester City. On the bench for City today, we've got Ederson. We've talked about him. Ruben Dias as well. Kalvin Phillips' career at City looks to be over. Pep Guardiola made some very interesting comments in the last 24 hours about Kalvin Phillips, saying it's up to the club to keep him here. If it was up to him, though, I don't think Kalvin Phillips would be at Manchester City, but he wants to be here. The club wants to keep him here. I'm not sure I see Kalvin Phillips being at Manchester City past January. I think Gareth Southgate will see to that he gets a move away, because he'll say to him, very simple, European Championships, Germany, it happens in June. England have qualified. Kalvin Phillips, if he wants to be on the plane, needs to be playing on a regular basis, because he's getting put, that Southgate, he's getting put under more and more scrutiny to be selecting players who are in form. So Kalvin Phillips needs to be playing regularly. Rodri just had a suspension for 3 games. Phillips weren't getting a look in. He hasn't impressed at Manchester City. Maybe they're seeking a move elsewhere. Also on the bench, Nathan Ake, Mateo Kovacic, Jack Grealish, Sergio Gomez, Matheus Nunes, Ederson, and Rico Lewis. A full bench named by Manchester City. The depth looking much stronger for Manchester City. We're only missing one player from today's match squad, of course, and that is Kevin De Bruyne, who is out injured until January, February time for Manchester City. So it's all set up very nicely here for what should be a really entertaining game of football. So my score prediction then for this game, I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. I very nearly went for 3-1 Manchester City, but I'm going for 2-1 to Manchester City. Today is my score prediction. So do let me know your score predictions in the live chat. Alex saying Haaland due some goals. Alex says, at the Etihad, working and watching. Love that one, Alex. Get doing some work, my friend. Get doing some work. Don't want you getting in trouble, of course, watching the JSGC channel. If you end up getting into any trouble, just say JSGC sends his regards, and it'll all be smoothed over. Just a disclaimer, please don't say that. John, I don't want to speak about England cricket after that embarrassing loss to Afghanistan last week in the Cricket World Cup. It's all about rugby union at the moment and World Cups, isn't it? England taking on South Africa later on tonight. Alex says Brighton are a tricky team, but Manchester City should have enough firepower to get the job done. Looking forward to it. Right. So thank you everybody for watching. Much appreciated. City fan says, have I seen the Verts news about him leaving for £74 million? I'll be honest, I've not really had a look at the news over the last 24 hours or so. I will check it out. More than likely tomorrow when I get round to writing my notes, ready for another transfer update for you guys to enjoy next week. That's the good bit about it not being the transfer window. I don't have to do it relentlessly day after day after day after day. It's very time consuming, so I can space it out a little bit more. I'm always having a little nosy here and there for things that I see popping up, of course, on social media. But I've not really spent much time on social media. I went on there first thing this morning, sent out a couple of tweets, and I've not been on it since, trying to get the screen time down. I had a look at my screen time actually for the week. Twitter by far dominating, then YouTube as well. So a bit of a timeout needed for JSGC when it comes to that. I am delighted to have Rodri back as well. Wow, Paris going for a very entertaining game. 6-4 Manchester City. There's a cricket score in there somewhere, isn't there? MCFR going for a victory. 4-1 today to Manchester City. And City fan asking, how are we watching the game today? I'm going to have to go to the streams is how I'm going to be watching. There we go. MCFR says, I got scared by my screen time. It's best just not to look, really, isn't it? It can be very scary. As I said, it's something I'm trying to improve on. Right, speaking of streams, I'm going to now just keep waffling on for the next couple of minutes. I'll do some promos while I get my stream ready for today's game, as we're now less than 8 minutes away. What is my hair doing? My hair's a bit of a mess today. It's blustery, windy, wet out there at the moment, so please do take care. But yeah, I'm just going to waffle on for a couple of minutes, do some promos as I get the stream ready for this game. So, if you are enjoying the content, then please do leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. We are aiming for 100 likes, of course. We're now on to 23 likes, which is fantastic. We're now less than 80 likes. We're now 77 likes away from 100 likes. So, any help towards that would be grand. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do leave your thoughts in the live chat. Where's everybody tuning in from today from around the world? Let me know what we've got in on the room. We've got UK in on the room. I know that. Where else is everybody tuning in from? Let's see where everyone's tuning in from. That'd be much appreciated. And do get your score predictions as well. 2-1 victory for Manchester City today, and back in goals for Julian Alvarez. Do I go for Erling Haaland? Yeah, why not? Let's go for Erling Haaland back in amongst the goals as well. I'm going for a 2-1 victory today to Manchester City. Amy, thanks very much for tuning in. Very excited by today's game. Love that. Thanks for tuning in. MCFR says, told people to watch this stream on my community tab. Salute to you, sir. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. John, Hawaii. I like John's exotic places that he tunes in from. We've had Australia before, haven't we? Fairly sure we've had the Caribbean, Hawaii. Why not? We've got Romania in the room. Love that one, Marius. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. We've got Oldham in the room as well. Love that one. Nothing exotic about Oldham. I like it. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oldham. Nothing wrong with Oldham. Visited Oldham Athletic New Year's Day of this year. Very enjoyable experience. Part of my JSGC football channel, one of my partner channels, links in the description. Go and like and subscribe. I went to Avro Football Club, which is near Oldham as well. And coincidentally, I briefly touch-ish Oldham when heading to the Etihad from mine as well. So there we go. As I kind of go in the back way and then work back on myself just for how the traffic is. It can be horrific navigating through the city centre. So I'll go through the outskirts and work my way in back to front. It just works out quicker. That's how I do things. Tameside. There you go. See, I think Oldham might be a bit of an upgrade on Tameside. QJSGC cancel culture coming in from Tameside now. Akshay, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 3-0 Brighton. Oh, no. Time out. 3-0. 3-0 Brighton. We don't want a 3-0 Brighton. We really don't. We really don't. Oh, the whole community is just gonna lose it with a 3-0 Brighton. It really would. We don't want any repeats. I remember how toxic it was when we lost against Brentford at home last season. Just there we go. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'm still trying to get my stream. We want a watch along to happen, otherwise it's just me chatting. Which, to be fair, that's all I do on YouTube anyway. Say chatting. Right, I think I might be in luck. 4 minutes to spare as well. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Nearly in luck. Nearly. Fingers crossed this one works. This one does work. Perfect. We are in luck. Fantastic. Right, we've got a stream sorted. Marius, love that one. Going on for a 2-0 victory today for Manchester City. And City, yeah, we've not lost 3 in a row in the Premier League since Manuel Pellegrini. It's never happened under Pep Guardiola. So we need to be careful. We really do need to be careful. On a rum and coke for today's choice of drink, it's nearly empty. I've got a Strongbow Dark Fruits in the fridge with my name on. That'll be open. That'll be cracked open. Maybe even before kickoff. Who knows? Badodaya, thanks very much for tuning in. I hope I've said your name correctly there. Thanks for tuning in, cheering on Manchester City. Love that one. The Geezer Dan, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 3-1 victory today. I nearly went for 3-1, going for 2-1, but love the positivity and thank you very much for tuning in. MCFR, nothing wrong with some good lemonade. What lemonade is it, though? That's the big question. There you go. Rum and coke sorted. We'll crack open the dark fruits. Bear with me. I got some of this. Check it out, guys. I went to Middlesbrough earlier this year. I had this for the first time. It's a milk stout. And I love my cider, as you can probably tell. Not a real stout fan, but the Black Sheep Brewery milk stout is delicious. So I think at some point, I might save it for a special occasion like the Manchester Derby next weekend. We'll go on the milk stouts. I also have some champagne in there. What we've got red wine. There we go. Schweppes. Good choice. Very good choice. Right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We've got nearly 40 people tuning in right now. So love it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do leave a thumbs up. Let me know where you're tuning in from around the world. Score predictions. Get them in the live chat. Subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. Just getting some highlights of the Liverpool game. They've won already today, of course. Beat Everton by 2-0. Thanks to a couple of second-half goals from Liverpool. Mo Salah were from the penalty spot for the first goal. I think it was the 75th, 72nd minute, 75th, 76th minute. And then sealing the deal right at the end through a second goal from Mo Salah, which, of course, was provided by Darwin Nunez, grabbing an assist for Liverpool today and sends them at least temporarily top of the Premier League, or at least I hope. It'll be unbearable. Liverpool sitting top of the Premier League. Unbearable. But we can do something about it by winning this game today against a very good Brighton and Hove Albion. Etihad Stadium, ground looking full. I've seen some season ticket holders getting very grumpy midweek. Keep getting told by the club, if you're not attending a game, get your ticket on the ticket exchange, not wanting an empty seat, which I understand from the club's perspective, but apparently they're sending this email on repeat. So it's been annoying some fans there, City trying to make sure that there is no empty seats. Can cracked open, ready for kickoff. Manchester City taking on Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League. 2 losses in a row for Manchester City in the Premier League. Wolves away, Arsenal away. We've had an international break. We need to get going. We need to get back into gear and get back to winning ways after winning our first 6 in the Premier League. Captains gathered in the middle. Kyle Walker representing Manchester City, with City playing in their home shirt, sky blue shorts, white shorts, and sky blue socks. Taking on Brighton and Hove Albion, playing in their green and black stripes, black shorts, black socks. I think we're going to have a minute's silence in memory to all the innocent lives, of course, lost in the conflict in the Middle East. And of course, we're going to be observing the minute silence here on the JSGC channel as well. And of course, thoughts of everybody here associated with the JSGC channel and myself goes out to all the victims affected due to the conflict in the Middle East and all the innocent lives and those affected by it as well. It's horrific, absolutely awful. So we're going to observe a minute silence. And there we go. The minute silence over and immaculately preserved there by the Manchester City fans, the Brighton fans as well, of course. We had something similar during the Red Star game where people were shouting out and it was disgusting to see. So really good to see that it was immaculately observed there by both Manchester City and Brighton fans. So kudos to them. And as I said, the thoughts of everybody affected by the conflict happening in Israel, Palestine, on the Gaza Strip and everything. All thoughts, and there's just no words for me to put into context what's happening there. No words at all. So the thoughts with myself and everyone associated with the channel go out to all the victims and the innocents affected by the ongoing conflict there. Horrific. Absolutely horrific. Rightio. We're set ready for kickoff here between Manchester City and Brighton. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in, helping to moderate today's chat, going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. Love that one. I really do hope you're all right with a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. That would be absolutely brilliant. However, a 2-1 victory, any victory today for Manchester City will do me, will be fantastic, I think. As naturally, just as the game gets underway, my stream drops. It's tradition, really, for my stream to drop. Just as we head into kickoff, it happens every single time. And I'd love to say that it's the end of the blackout now, and we're gonna all games gonna be broadcast, so I'll be able to make it a little bit better for you guys. But a couple of weeks' time, we've got another match against Bournemouth in the blackout again. I can't believe this game's in the blackout. I really can't. Big game between City and Brighton, two fantastic football teams. In terms of the quality on show, arguably there's no better game this weekend. I know they're always for the views and the Merseyside derby, Liverpool, Everton. Was it a great game of football? Well, I can guarantee that this City-Brighton game, in terms of the level of football that's being put on show, far better. Far better. It's the best game this weekend as far as I'm concerned. And the country that it's taking place in isn't being broadcast. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Anyway, right. See if I managed to get this stream working. Hopefully so. As I said, it's just natural for that to happen, as I've not actually managed to watch too much of the football. It's really struggling at the moment. Really struggling. See if this link works. This link looks good. This link, I've got a good feeling about this one. This one's going to work. I just get advert after advert after advert. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. I don't think this one's going to work either. Very frustrating, this one. Very frustrating. I do have Sky Sports News in case anything is happening as my contingency, as my backup. I'm not an amateur at this. Not an amateur. Yeah, no, none of them seem to be working. I saw that they'd announced the other day about the blackout, and they're going to keep the blackout in place. Now, I know lots of people are in favour of the blackout. They don't want the integrity of football being dragged down. And from like League One, League Two, and below, I can understand. But when it comes to when it comes to the blackout here, and it comes to actually being able to watch games, Championship, Premier League games, why are they not broadcast? During COVID, they had it all broadcast. There's very few empty seats in the Premier League. Blackout or not, it's going to have no effect. Absolutely no effect at all. And they're on about broadcasting even more live football. They're on about a Christmas Eve fixture. You have games taking place on bank holidays across Easter weekend, New Year's Day. You play football. 3 p.m. though. Oh no, can't watch that. Cost of living crisis. People can't afford to be going to every single football game. Season tickets at some of the clubs, very difficult. Man City didn't offer any season tickets. New season tickets, there were none offered. So if you're wanting to go and watch Manchester City in a 3 p.m. game, you've got no choice but to pay. And Man City at home, probably looking at on average, probably 4 or 5 of the games across the season, £60 a pop for 5 games. It's £300. The season tickets out there for near £300. Just doesn't make sense. Baffles me. Anyway, I think there's been an opening goal in the Premier League. I think Newcastle's taken the lead against Crystal Palace. I'm still trying to get a stream for this one, so I don't actually know what's happening. I think this link hopefully will work. I'm just getting plagued in adverts. I hate the adverts. Go away. Right. Hopefully this will work. Got some more people tuning in. Much appreciated. For Goff, thanks for tuning in. Why can't we watch it? It's in the blackout. That's why. Pretty much it. Julia, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. Yeah, none of these links are working for me. Not one. Just shocking. Absolutely shocking. As I said, I've got Sky Sports on, so I know exactly what's happening. I know Norwich are 1-0 up against Leeds. Lincoln's just taken the lead against Fleetwood Town as well, away from home. It's Jacob Murphy with the goal then for Newcastle. First opening goal of the Premier League. Yeah, none of these are working. I'm going to have to go to alternative site. Vernon says, show the match. I don't have the match on. That's what I'm trying to do. Reese, thanks for tuning in as well. What I'm watching, I'm not currently watching the game on anything right now. All my links are broken and not working. I'm having a bit of a nightmare here. First 10 minutes. City, it's still 0-0. There's nothing that's to be reported on. Nothing's happening as of yet. I don't think. Although there's a couple of comments of yes and yes. So I'm wondering maybe if there has been a goal, and I'd love to be able to commentate and tell you what's happening, but I have no idea. No idea. Stockport have just taken the lead against Grimsby Town as well. Louis Barry from the penalty spot at home. Having a good season so far, Stockport County in League Two. Dad will be very happy. His team, Bolton Wanderers, have just taken the lead. And Julian Alvarez has given Manchester City the lead. It's just popped up on Sky Sports News. There you go. Manchester City 1-0 up. Julian Alvarez with the goal. I'd love to be able to watch it and tell you guys what's happening, but I have no idea. All I know is Manchester City are 1-0 up, and I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier. Julian Alvarez continuing his good form for Manchester City, putting Manchester City ahead. And let's not forget, of course, it's the all-important opening goal of the game as well. Very important opening goals. I said it was going to be crucial who scores first, and Manchester City have managed to make that one happen. Julian Alvarez with the goal for Manchester City, and thankfully got it on my bet as well. Julian Alvarez to score any time. Things you love to see, of course. So don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, everybody, please do leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Now just 66 likes away from 100 likes. Now 65 likes away from 100 likes. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here, and do let me know your thoughts in the live chat as well. Right, take two then, attempting another take on the streams. Hopefully that will work this time and we'll be good to go. I'd like to see what's happened with that Julian Alvarez goal. I really would. Julian Alvarez, wonderful player. Got off to a really good start this season with Manchester City. So I'm very happy with the lead here for Manchester City. It's things that we like to see. All right, hopefully this will work. No, none of them, literally none of the links. None of the links working. There you go. Marius providing the content that we're looking for here. Jeremy Doku, left-hand side, dribbling towards the end of the pitch, cuts it back to Alvarez, doesn't make clean contact with it, pops it into the back of the net, gives Manchester City the lead. Marius, legend. Love it. Love the text commentary. As I said, hopefully... No, this link's not going to work. Literally none of the links are working. Not one. Got access to 7. Not one of them's working. But in the meantime, I'm sure you guys that are watching will be able to keep me up to date, and I can keep you up to date with everything that's happening from around the ground as well. Salford, 1-0 up. At home to Swindon. Bristol Rovers away against Burton, 1-0 up. Wigan away against Exeter, 1-0 up as well. Ah, very nice. Right. Right, we're in business. Found a stream that's working. Let's see how long it lasts. Don't know. Give you a bit of commentary. I know Josko Gvardiol's just had a shot for Manchester City. I'm not too sure on how far behind this is real time. We're 12 minutes in, so I'm sure some people watching it live might be able to tell me. I might be a couple of minutes behind, but it's better than now. So it is Manchester City that lead. Brighton attacking here, though. Mitoma into the Manchester City penalty area. Cuts inside once, twice. Can he get a shot away? He can. And Stefan Ortega-Moreno makes a good save for Manchester City. And here comes City on the counter-attack now. Jeremy Doku, 12 minutes in, just takes a heavy touch and tackle. There you go. So, Marius, I'm a minute behind. Thank you very much for letting me know there. Much appreciated. Give me the commentary. Let me know how far behind I am. You know what? A minute? That's not too bad. That isn't too bad at all. I'll take that. I will take that. So, sunshine out in Manchester. What storm, I hear you ask? As Brighton seeing the football inside the Manchester City half here, working it at the back. Manchester City currently got every single player inside their half, parking the bus. Manchester City are parking the bus. Brighton just being very careful. Man City clearly very respectful of Brighton. I firmly believe that changing goal is Stefan Ortega-Moreno. He's better at his shot stopping, anticipating Brighton are going to attack and have shots. That's why he's been given the nod. Not too sure why Ruben Dias hasn't been given the nod, but there we go. Anyway, City can win the ball back. Brighton don't manage to muster up anything. As ball's just put out of play here. I think, is it Danny Welbeck? Yeah, Danny Welbeck struggling at the moment, so City just put the ball out. And this may see the introduction of Evan Ferguson early on if Danny Welbeck needs to go off here. I think it might be his hamstring. He seems to be feeling his thigh. Does it? Oh, they have sent a physio on now. So 14 minutes in. I don't really understand why they don't just ask Danny Welbeck. He's stood up. He's not down on the ground. Why they don't just ask him to leave the pitch? Because all this time's just going to get added on, and all they're doing is wasting everybody's time that's just going to get added back on. So why don't they just ask Danny Welbeck to walk off the pitch? He stood up so he can walk, and then we can resume play. Marius, there will be a replay at some point, I get. As you see, Danny Welbeck's gone down. Why can't this treatment happen off the pitch? So Evan Ferguson stripped, ready to come off. That's really annoyed me. I don't understand why Danny Welbeck stood up for over a minute receiving treatment, can't just walk 10 yards off the pitch, and then we can resume on with the game. Oh, man. Dad will be very happy. 2-0 Bolton. I do get a replay. It's a good finish from Julian Alvarez. Left foot. It's a good finish. It wrong foots the keeper, doesn't it? And an assist for Doku as well. So Evan Ferguson is going to come on. Surprised they didn't start him. And that's a game plan out the window there, really, for Brighton and why they decided to start Welbeck ahead of Ferguson in the first place. Pep Guardiola and Danny Welbeck exchanged some words. Former Manchester United man. I reckon Pep's making the same point I was just making. Why have you stood up for over a minute, then decided to go down and receive treatment when you could just walk 10 yards off the pitch and resume this game? That's a great ball forward. Doku receives the ball here, and good sliding challenge there from James Milner, former Manchester City man. Goes right through Jeremy Doku. He wins it clean. He wins the ball. City fans not happy about it, of course. Not happy with how James Milner left the club and went to Liverpool. But it's a good challenge from James Milner. He clatters into Jeremy Doku, but he's strong. He doesn't hesitate. He's prepared to take the hit. Doku gets flipped over, lands on his back, lands awkwardly. He's in a bit of pain. But if that was a City defender, I'd be loving that challenge. Nothing wrong with it. Play on. And that's poor from Manchester City, just passed out of play and out for a throw into Brighton just on the outside of their own penalty area. So City get themselves into a good position and waste it away. Remains 1-0 City here, though, at the Etihad Stadium. Through the first 15 minutes, City have found that first opening goal. Need to push on, grab that second. That could just kill this game off. Brighton are a good team, though, so you can't take anything for granted. And here come Brighton now, coming forward. Mitoma got a bit of space on the left-hand side, used by Brighton, towards the City penalty area. Overlap comes in. Mitoma decides not to use him, has to go backwards instead. Sunny March now with the ball. Still being forced back here by Manchester City. And City, very respectful of Brighton, have decided, again, all 11 men inside the City half. City very fearful of Brighton's attack, trying to nullify them. They've grabbed the opening goal, so there we go. Prod, I'd love to put a clock in to let you know where I am, but as you can see right in the top corner, powered by StreamYard, I can't provide a clock. It's only a temporary measure until I get a computer sorted. It's because computers are very expensive, so I'm currently saving up for one. So I have to make do with that. Because otherwise it's just very stuttery and buffering and everything. It just doesn't make it a very nice experience for you guys. So whilst I get a new system sorted, I have to use a different provider till I get my OBS back. But that'll be on a new computer system. So they're very, very expensive. So at some point, when I have all my... Because I want my yellow banner back. I love my yellow banner sliding across at the bottom. It's like Sky Sports News-esque. So 18 minutes in. Oh, Haaland is given away. Can he have a shot? He can. Oh, Erling Haaland. What a goal into the bottom corner. Struck well. Decent finish. Poor giveaway from Brighton. And that could be game, set and match here, ladies and gentlemen. It could be game, set and match. It's a great finish from Erling Haaland. You don't give him space on his stronger left foot. Regardless of where he is on the pitch, he will cause problems. And Haaland back in amongst the goals. Giving away a foot in from, I think, Phil Foden. Does that count as a Foden assist? Because I've got it on my bet. Is it Foden? Oh, no, it's Bernardo. Doesn't matter. He's not on my bet. It's a good finish from Haaland. It's such a good finish. 20 yards out. Oh, it's a great finish. Tugged neatly away. And you know what? I've been speaking all week about my respect for Brighton and how good they are. Fantastic goal. Marius letting us know. Fabulous goal from outside the box. Aaron, more like a 20-yard tap in from Erling Haaland. Everyone happy with that one. Love it, love it, love it, love it. City 2-0 up. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get a third and really kill this game off. I feel like this is exactly what Manchester City needed. Exactly what City needed. Doing well on the likes now, nearly halfway. 57 likes away from 100 likes. 56 likes now away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. And feel free to pop into the chat. Say hello. We're here to have a good time. We all seem to be having a good time. Manchester City winning Saturday afternoon. Things you love to see. Great prep this for the big Manchester derby next weekend. Although a poor giveaway here from Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Andy tuning in from Kirkby Moorside. Thanks very much for tuning in. And hello to Alison as well. I'm sure we'll be there too. I'm doing very well, thank you, though. How are you? Marius, loving the performance of Jeremy Doku. I said Jack Grealish is going to be struggling to get back in the City team. Doku just provides something different. Brighton are an attacking team. They want to push the defence forward, so it'll create space for someone like Jeremy Doku. I said in my preview, I'd have given Jack Grealish the nod because I want someone to track back. I was a bit worried about the space. But Jeremy Doku, equally, from a defensive point of view, I'd prefer Grealish, but from an offensive attacking point of view, Jeremy Doku every time. Grealish struggles to get back in the City team. He really does. He may need to adapt himself and make another position his own. Can he play on the right? Can he play through the middle? He'll get given his chance. City once more into the penalty area. Prod, love it. Tuning in from Australia. JSGC, very jealous. Love to be in Australia right now. I bet it's nice and warm. It's just starting to go cold here. Miserable, wet, windy, depressing. Anyway, Andy, love that one. Hello to Alison. Thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. I hope you both have a fantastic time. Love that. Swansea, 1-0 up against Leicester at home. Oxford City have just found an equaliser against Bromley in League 2. Oh, no. That's Oxford United. They're in League 1 as well. Oxford City's National League. Poor JSGC. Hull, 1-0 down against Southampton. Will Smallbone just grabbed the goal. Love that one, Ash K. Love that. You may be wrong. You never know. You never know. They might grab 3 goals, 3-2. It's not a million miles away. I'm hoping for not so entertaining. I'll take this 2-0. I'm happy if the full-time whistle went right now. I'd be delighted with that. It's great covering that from Manchester City and nearly given away from Stefan Ortega-Moreno, but Manchester City could do enough to keep hold of it. And here's Phil Foden for Manchester City now coming forward. Ashley, thanks for tuning in, cheering on Manchester City today. Love that one. Here's Jeremy Doku driving forward for Manchester City into the Brighton penalty area. Goes to the byline and cross comes in. Goes low and out for a throw into Manchester City. Good work that from Jeremy Doku. He looks very hungry today. Isakai, thanks for tuning in. I hope I've said your name correctly. Going for a 5-1 victory today to Manchester City. Brentford just found a goal. Burnley really struggling. Really struggling. Brentford 1-0 up at the Brentford Community Stadium. It's changed. It's the G-Tech Community Stadium. It's got a sponsor now. Brentford 1-0 up. Ebbsfleet just taking a lead away in the National League against AFC Fylde. AFC Fylde down at the bottom, really struggling so far this season after their promotion to the National League North. Yeah, I do have some National League knowledge. It's a great ball forward from Kyle Walker. Jeremy Doku works it to Josko Gvardiol. He puts a cross into the box. Headed back across from Phil Foden, who is playing on the right wing for City, as AFC Bournemouth have taken the lead through Dominic Solanke against Wolverhampton Wanderers, also in the Premier League. Starting to get some goals in the Premier League as well. Good to see. So 24 minutes in here at the Etihad. It's Manchester City leading by 2-0 and Manchester City dominating this game. One more goal seals the deal for City. Could even potentially start taking some players off. Start thinking about young boys of Burn away midweek. Trip to Switzerland. I mean, VAR's looking at something. Don't know what they're looking at. What are they looking at? Yeah, VAR's having a look at something. I think they're looking at a potential red card. I don't know. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't get it. There's a shove from a City player that's up near the chest and collarbone area. It's not on the head. It's a free kick. I don't really get what they were looking at. It's not even a card. Odd. Very strange. Anyway, my stream stopped working, so if I refresh it, hopefully it'll be back in business. The creator, they're looking at a potential red card, I think, for Manchester City. I think it's a bit of a stretch, to be honest. There's a push on his chest. There's nothing in it. It's not a red card. It's Pascal Gross that went down. I'm not too sure who did the shove. I'm not sure if it was... I think it was Bernardo. No, not for me. Anyway, Phil Foden, lovely dribble from Foden through the middle. Oh, brilliant pass as well. Here's Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. Gives it to Jeremy Doku inside the penalty area onto his right foot. Doku! That close. That close from the game. Marius loves that one. Great. It is David Silva-esque. You're right, it is. Jeremy Doku, how far away is this? I'm telling you. I tell you. Just need a bit more bend onto it, onto the inside of the post. Very close. Liam Delap, City player on loan at Hull City. Just found the equaliser for Hull City against Southampton in the Championship. Having a good season so far, Liam Delap, which is great to see. 26 minutes in here at the Etihad, City 2-0 up. As we're now 52 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get them likes. So let's see if we can hit 100 likes. That'd be fantastic. Here's Jeremy Doku for Manchester City, putting in a good shift for City so far. Gives it to Josko Gvardiol. Here's Manuel Akanji to Kyle Walker. Works really well here to the right-hand side. Phil Foden. There's runs that have been made. It's a good ball into the channel. Bernardo Silva takes control, gives it back to Phil Foden. Julian Alvarez now. I tell you what, I like Julian Alvarez playing in these deeper roles. I really do. Pops up in space. He finds the goals. He's good on the ball. He's a good player. Coming a very seasoned pro at Manchester City. Here's Doku. Moves on to his right foot and backwards. Oh, that's lovely work from Manchester City around the outside of the penalty area. Josko Gvardiol works it to Rodri. I've not even said Rodri's name. First time I've seen Rodri getting involved. He's not needed to be involved. Look how comfortable Man City look now that we've got Rodri on that pitch, though. It's full strength. It looks good, this, from Manchester City. It's fluent. Divyam, I'm not too sure what you mean there. How do you sync the stream? Are you on about in real time with me? If you want to know what time I'm on, as soon as this advert for the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football disappears, I'll let you know. Really good game, that, by the way. Dolphins got off to a fantastic start. So I'm on the 28th minute. 28 minutes and 15 seconds is where I'm up to at the moment. Now, about a minute behind real time. I can't help it, though, with the blackout. Nothing I can do about it till I get rid of the blackout. Or, of course, I'm at a game. But if I'm at a game, I can't do a live watch-along. So, there we go. Divyam. Well, there you go. Ahead of me. That's out for a corner here to Manchester City. Brighton and Albion have equalised at home against Bristol Rovers. Woking have found an equaliser away at Dagenham. Morecambe are ahead against Sutton. Leyton Orient ahead against Barnsley. Joe Pigott from the penalty spot. That's Croatia. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. I do hope you are well. Do I like Josko Gvardiol? Got off to a good start with Manchester City. He's a very good player. One of the most exciting defensive prospects in the world, really, isn't he? City paid a lot of money for him. Decent player, getting another start. I'm waiting to see his attacking credentials. I know he could strike a ball and score a goal. How do I think the Chelsea? Do you know what? Chelsea are just starting to find a bit of form. We've got an away match coming up against Chelsea, and that's not going to be an easy game. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw for that one. I don't want to incriminate myself. No comment. I also want to not get technical here, but it's illegal to provide the stream, not watch the stream. Do I like Mateo Kovacic? Again, he's got off to a good start with Manchester City. Got him for a good price as well. Glad you enjoyed. I can neither confirm nor deny. MCFR, going for a 4-1 victory for City. I'll be very happy with that. I think it'll be both teams to score, though. Right, corner here for Manchester City. Julian Alvarez to take. He's going to whip a ball in. Not a great ball in, I will admit. And a poor touch there from City, but Doku's got the pace, so City can gather this one back up and City could just look to try and build another attack here. No problem at all. Got two exciting Croatian players at Manchester City. And thank you very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. And thank you for commenting and getting my opinions. What team do I hate the most? Probably Manchester United. I'm just going to go for the cop-out answer. Growing up, I'm from Lancashire. I'm a Lancashire lad. All I had drilled down my throat was Manchester United. It's just makes you sick. Makes you sick hearing about it day after day, week after week, when City just weren't very good. And the feelings that were created, it's just so hard for them feelings to go away. And I mean, I didn't really regard United over the last few years as too much of a rival, but that Manchester derby earlier this year, back in January, infuriated me and provided my passion again for my hatred for Manchester United. So they're sitting back at the top of the pile. I'll tell you, though, Liverpool are a close second. Everything the club stands for, how it's run, how they are, how they act, the fans. Not for me. Equally, Man City are very much hated out there. Quite like being the villain. Villain of the piece. Do I have a signature of Josko Gvardiol? I do not. I don't have any signatures of anyone. So, yeah. I don't have any signatures. No signatures. Is the cricket going that bad? I saw South Africa set England 400 and I stopped paying attention. We lost to Afghanistan. We've just shipped in 400 runs. And out. Not happening. Not happening. As I said, there's a more important England-South Africa game taking place today. And it isn't the cricket. City are just all over this one, bossing this 33 minutes in. Absolutely bossing it. It looks so comfortable. I think City just need to be careful not to have any lapses in concentration, because as long as City can be pretty sound defensively, this job's done as far as I'm concerned. Man United. Dallas, not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys either. I mean, if I had to go for an NFL, Buffalo Bills right up there. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a Dolphins fan, and they're obviously the nearest competitors when it comes to the AFC East. They're always such good games, but they're always just so infuriating as well. Etihad is not a fan of Real Madrid. John, also not a fan of Australia in any sports. I mean, we have some good back and forth banter between English and Australians. I don't really have a bad word to say about them, to be honest. It's all good fun. What sport without a bit of rivalry and banter? I have two. Yeah. Manchester United, tick. Liverpool, tick. Arsenal fans, yeah, they're a different breed. Barcelona, very understandable. I've seen Real Madrid's name being put out there. It's very understandable. Interesting one there, Atletico Madrid. I don't particularly dislike Atletico Madrid. I can't stand their manager, Diego Simeone. I respect how he is as a manager. I respect what he does and how he performs. He's like Jose Mourinho 2.0. But how they play in the style of football and their aggravated ways and their personality, not a big fan of Diego Simeone. So I don't know whether it's Atletico Madrid I don't like or Diego Simeone. I have a feeling it's the latter. Palanivalu, hope I've said your name correctly there. Not a fan of Liverpool. They don't seem to be very popular. See, John, you got Boomerang. It's happening. It's happening. Next, you'll be telling me you've got Foster's in the fridge. Before you know it, you're on the Australian wine, corks dangling from your hat and saying good day, mate, to everybody. My stream stopped working. Give me a moment to refresh. Sure, the chat will keep me up to date if I'm missing anything. Oxford United, who I just confused with Oxford City. So sorry to the fans of both clubs in Oxford. Definitely not the two same teams. Oxford United, though, they are 1-0 ahead in League One, taking on Blackpool. Greg Lee's just given them the lead in their home match. Peterborough are behind at home to Wickham. See, it's spreading. It's spreading. Andy, love that one. Grew up in New Zealand, and here you are in the exotic United Kingdom instead. What's New Zealand like? I've never been. I'm not too sure if I fancy going either. I'm very weather orientated. Is the problem with me? And New Zealand's weather's very similar to ours. Very similar. Oh, my advert. You guys are going to love this. My advert. I can't show the screen because I lose my monetization, but Jerkmate has made a return. There we go. I've clicked it off very quickly. I can't tell you guys what was on the screen. Use your wild imagination, and I'm sure you'll be able to imagine. I'm meant to be a family-friendly channel. Stop it, JSGC. Stop. My stream's just it's not going. See? There you go. Elliot, thanks for tuning in. Says, City fan tuning in from Odds. No one here actually drinks Foster's. It's considered an international beer here. It's about the only Australian... Is it? It's probably about the only Australian beer that you'll find here. It's a little bit like you consider Danish beer. Everyone just automatically thinks of Carlsberg. I actually associate wine more with Australia than beer, if I'm honest. I've clicked the advert off. It's a shame you didn't put that comment earlier. I'd have trialed that. See? Person who gets the best adjectives gets made a moderator. That's made me laugh. That's made me laugh. That's the highlight of my stream. Weather in New Zealand, is it? I just associate it with rain. It looks very green. Reminds me of Iceland, of Oceania is what it reminds me of. Very scenic, very green, very hilly, very nice. After all, it is a Pacific island, isn't it? Sits on the Pacific Ocean of course, in the Pacific Ocean, and it is an island. Just a bit too far down for my liking for the weather. And I know Australian winters aren't not like what they are here in the UK, but not roasting hot unless I go further up towards the equator. Northern territories. It's warmer there than it is here. See, vineyards, it's the way to go. The Barossa Valley. Intriguing. I know New Zealand have got some wine. Bought some wine today, actually, from New Zealand. Maybe JSGC's just based in the wrong country, in the wrong continent. This live watch-along should be coming from somewhere in Oceania. ocean in front of me. Oh, oh, what a dream. What a dream. Southern Australia. I imagine it is very hot. I know it's just been you guys' winter, and when I was Googling around, I think it read, I think looking at Melbourne, and it read, what did it read? I think it was like 17 degrees. And I was like, I like 34 degrees, double that. I like the exotic climate. Exotic is what I like. McSid, in from Deepdale from that very boring 1-1 draw with Millwall today. Thanks for tuning in. Get editing that vlog. I want to see the food. Oh, England. Chasing 400 to win. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. Do I like Luka Modric? I respect Luka Modric. Very good player. Very good player. You don't use Melbourne as the temperature gauge. I do. When it comes to Australia, I use my cricket knowledge. It doesn't really stretch beyond Brisbane, Perth, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Sydney. They're the places that I know. I know some other places: Hobart, Tasmania, Northern Territories, Darwin, Alice Springs. Not really going to go further beyond that. Jeremy Doku's an incredible player. He's having an exceptional game here for Manchester City. Broken Hill? I bet it was hot and dry. Mixed editing it up like that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Favorite player at Manchester City? If we're talking of all time, Kun Aguero. If we're talking, Vincent Kompany runs it very close actually. If we're talking growing up, Ali Bernardi. If we're talking, excuse me, right now, Kevin De Bruyne. Erling Haaland's not far behind. XLT, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Right, my stream seems to have stopped working again just as we're heading towards half time. Bristol City 1-0 up against Coventry at home. Burton 2-1 up now against Bristol Rovers. Leicester City have found an equaliser against Swansea City away from home as they're bidding to try and become a Premier League team again. Enzo Maresca, former Manchester City assistant manager, in charge now at Leicester City. Boy Racer, thanks for tuning in. Yaya Toure, fantastic player. I mean, David Silva, he's right up there. Fernandinho, I absolutely love Fernandinho. There's so many top, high-quality players, to be honest. What a question that is. What a question. Favourite cricketer? What a question. It's got to be a Lancashire player. Can't be anywhere else. Certainly not a Yorkshire player. So that rules out Joe Root. Freddie. I will go with Freddie Flintoff. Exceptional player. Exceptional player. Do you know what? I know he's Australian, but Shane Warne is elite. Absolutely elite. If I had to pick someone outside of Lancashire, watching Shane Warne bowl was incredible. Glenn McGrath as well, another fantastic player. We're looking at the batting. Virat Kohli, we know, brilliant. Kumar Sangakkara, brilliant. Sachin Tendulkar, another fantastic player. We've been spoilt with legends of the game, really, haven't we? Brian Lara was a cracking player. Chanda Paul, another one. Chris Gale in the one-day format, another brilliant player to watch. So many, so many. See, Warney's the one. And that's a brilliant shout from Elliot. Gilly behind the stumps, Adam Gilchrist. I'm just too Lancashire-based, me. It can't be anybody not from Lancashire that sits at the top of the pile. Jimmy Anderson will be up there. If we're going for a player that's outside the international circuit, Crofty, Stephen Croft, Lancashire player. From my hometown, Blackpool as well, cracking player. Oh, see, jerk, mate. I've clicked it off again. I can't do the reflection thing. I forgot. Sorry. Rightio, we're into 4 minutes added on. 2 minutes to go here. That's just, I can't mention players that are past my generation because I've not seen players like Viv Richards and Bob Willis play. Beefy Botham as well. I've not seen them play to be able to comment. Of course, with how highly regarded they are, they're exceptional players. But if I've not seen them play, then I can't really comment. I was a big fan of who was it that took the 8 wickets in the 81 Ashes? I was watching some highlights. That might have been Bob Willis, I think. Was it Bob Willis? Who was it took 8 wickets in a thingy? I was watching that. City did put a thingy out there about Manchester City fans, famous Manchester City fans, and their achievements. Was it Bob Willis? 8 wickets, 9 wickets, or whatever it was he took. Yeah, 1981 Headingley Test, 8 for 43. Bob Willis. I absolutely loved watching the highlights of that. Apparently a City fan as well. What are my thoughts on Liam Livingston? Inconsistent. Great player on his day. Inconsistent. Stuart Broad, fantastic bowler. Fantastic player. Deserved to be going out with a victory in the Ashes to end his career, but it doesn't always work like that, does it? It's not always fairy tale endings. Right, Sky Sports News have just let me know that it is half time now at Manchester City. Cruising, 2-0 up, all good to go. Sub 2, thanks for tuning in. 52 likes, easy peasy, more than halfway. Let's get them likes up now, guys. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you are new around here as well. That'd be great. Don Bradman, the legend himself. It's impossible. It's impossible that people are always speaking about boxing and comparing some of the greats, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, different styles, different eras. The amount of technology and analysis involved now in these sports is ridiculous. And I'm not saying the greats of the game aren't as good, because they're greats for a reason. And imagine if the likes of Don Bradman had available the analysis and technology of what's available now and just what he could achieve. But equally, the bowlers have got access now to it. So you'd expect the standard of bowling to be a lot better, and sport just moves on and evolves. It's so quick-paced, relentless. Don Bradman didn't have to compete with an IPL and a Big Bash and a 100 and things around the world and stuff. It's just sport kind of just moves on, and different eras have different legends. So there we go. It does, yeah. Another sport, basketball as well. Just it's constantly evolving, constantly evolving. Right here, I think I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get some of the stats up for this game. City are cruising this one at the moment, absolutely cruising. City 2-0 up, looking good for their lead. Couple of goals inside the first 20 minutes. Julian Alvarez, 7 minutes in, grabbing the goal for Manchester City. Erling Haaland on 19 minutes with a well-taken second goal into the bottom corner, around 20 yards out. Means Brighton's odds have gone from 6-1 to win the game at the start of the first half. Half-time now 100-1, showing how the game's going. Draw at 20-1. Manchester City firm favourites, 66-1 on to win this game. So let's have a look at these stats. What can we draw up from this game so far? City bossing the possession. I was expecting this possession to be very close, to be honest with you guys. I was expecting it to be 55-45, somewhere around there. It's not. City bossing this game. Tactically, Pep Guardiola got this spot on. Team selection looking like he's got it absolutely spot on here first half. Brighton need a very quick, fast-paced start to this second half. Man City will just be looking for that one goal. I'd be trying to get that ASAP, get some of the important players off that's just come back from injury, the likes of John Stones, get them off and start thinking about our next game away in the Champions League and winning that game and potentially we'll be looking very good, potentially could even secure qualification to the last 16 of the Champions League. So that's what Man City do have to think about. City here with 64% possession compared with just under 36% possession for Brighton and Hove Albion. City have limited them to just one shot on target, saved by Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Manchester City not found it too easy to create opportunity. There's been lots of attacks going down that left-hand side. Doku having a fantastic game, providing and creating for Manchester City. We still only managed to muster up 5 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals, clinical, and that is the difference. That's the difference. That's what Manchester City doing very well here. 90% pass completion rate as well gets a thumbs up from me. 84% for Brighton as well. City created a clear-cut chance, a couple of corners, a couple of offsides. It's looking pretty good for City. In terms of tackle completion, 40% for Manchester City. Brighton at a better 66.7%. Aerial duels, though, for City, fantastic. 80% compared with 20%. And one thing to note, really, of here, you can see one yellow card apiece here for both Manchester City and Brighton and Hove Albion. But one thing to note here, I feel, is the Danny Welbeck injury. Evan Ferguson comes on. He's in good form. Man City have restricted Evan Ferguson to very little for Brighton. And if we can continue that for 90 minutes, this 2-goal scoreline that we've got could well be enough to seal the deal already for Manchester City. We just need to make sure that we're covering them gaps and make sure we're looking defensively sound going forward. As I said, if we can get that 3rd goal, it means you can start taking the important players off, the likes of John Stones that's just come back from injury. Rodri even, you can see how important he is for Manchester City, potentially going in that direction as well. Yellow card for Manchester City then to Rodri. Want to protect that. We don't want another red card. He gets a 2nd yellow. That's a disaster. He's suspended for the Manchester derby next weekend. We do not want that. Solly Marsh on the yellow card for Brighton at this moment in time. As I said, at the moment, you do have the one substitution made, Danny Welbeck going off injured. It looked like a hamstring injury with Evan Ferguson coming on 16 minutes. You've got a goal here for Julian Alvarez on 7 minutes and an assist for Jeremy Doku. And it hasn't been awarded an assist for Bernardo Silva, with Erling Haaland grabbing a goal for Manchester City as well. So there we go. Please do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. We are aiming for 100 likes. We're now 46 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the live chat. That would be absolutely fantastic. Marius, you're completely right. Stones, Rodri, Bernardo just means Manchester City look more secure. They look more protected. They just look fantastic, isn't it? Thanks, man. I like it. Right, y'all. I've got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. My partner channel, Mixed, link is in the description. Go and check him out, like and subscribe. He went and made a special drink. The Monks in Mexico originates in the Sin City of Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States of America. I think it was one of the hotels that it originated from. Mix. It does go more into the history. That's your half-time entertainment. So do sit back, relax, go and grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks, stretch your legs and stuff, and I'll see you guys ready for the second half.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another summer cocktail. So for today's cocktail, I'm taking you back to Las Vegas. So this one is originated from the Venetian in Las Vegas. So it's a hotel, and today's cocktail is Monks in Mexico. So where it gets its name from is from the green chartreuse. So if you know anything about chartreuse, it's made from monks in a Carthusian monastery, which is where they make this liqueur. So that is the monks bit. So with the Mexico side, it comes from their tequila now. So this is made in Mexico in Jalisco. So of course, combine the two, monks in Mexico. So that is where it comes from. So it's a nice refreshing one, and it's certainly something different to what I normally make. So there's a lot of the grapefruit taste in this. It's quite a powerful one, mixed in with the chartreuse and the elderflower of the Saint Germain. mixed in with tequila. So let's get straight into it. So if you want to find this cocktail in Las Vegas, it is in the Venetian Resort, as I say, and it's in the Estadio Milos. Estadio Milos, I think I'm saying that right, because it's in the Venetian Resort, Las Vegas. Funny enough, I didn't have it in Las Vegas, so this is the first time me actually making it and trying it. So let's get straight into this cocktail. So to make the Monks in Mexico, get your shaker. I'll put in 45 ice cubes. It's only right that I use a Las Vegas shaker, as you can see, just to bring back memories, many happy memories. So to make this, the first ingredient into the tin, guys, is 45ml or 1.5 ounce of Respado tequila. And if you want to use Don Julio, I highly recommend it. Absolute quality. You certainly find this in Las Vegas. So get your jigger and strain into the tin. Next, half an ounce or 15ml of elderflower liqueur. I'm using Saint Germain. Next, 15ml or half an ounce of green chartreuse. Still a unique spirit chartreuse. Quite strong too. Next into the tin, guys, is 45ml or 1.5 ounce of grapefruit juice. Next, 1/4 ounce or 7.5ml of agave nectar. Last ingredient is 15ml or half an ounce of fresh lime juice. So as you can see, there's plenty of tasting notes in this cocktail. So now put your lid on and give it a good hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds to get it nice and chilled. So get a nice coupe glass. And strain into it. Last thing to do is garnish it with a grapefruit twist. So there we go, one Monks in Mexico. So as you can see, there it is, Monks in Mexico. Doesn't it look fantastic? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, one Monks in Mexico. How does this Venetian classic taste? Plenty of flavour, just how I thought it'd be. It's refreshing, but very, very quite tangy as well. But it's not as spicy as what I thought it would be. But that is absolutely fantastic. I can see why they make this in Las Vegas. I wish I'd tried this properly in the Venetian itself when I went. But with that, what you can taste, the thing that makes it is grapefruit juice. I wasn't too sure whether I'd like it or not, but I'm certainly loving it. It makes it a refreshing taste mixed in with your agave syrup, which goes well with tequila, mixed in with your lime juice, and then you got the elderflower, which can taste it, so it kicks through the tequila and the grapefruit juice. as they're the most too powerful tasting that hits you straight away, and they can feel the flavours coming through after you drink it. It is a very, very colourful cocktail, plenty of flavour, and I really recommend it. I think so far that is the most flavourful cocktail I've had so far for this summer. So this is summer cocktail number 5 for 2023, Monks in Mexico. And it certainly lives up to the billing. That is absolutely beautiful. If you love tequila, again, it's a nice tequila cocktail, and I certainly recommend it. I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10. That'd be my personal opinion. A solid certainly 8 out of 10. But if you've ever tried this, Monks in Mexico, do let me know in the comments below. Or if you've been to Las Vegas and you've seen it at the Venetian Resort, do let me know as well. As I saw it on the menu, I thought, oh, that looks tasty. I'll have a go at making this. So it looks very refreshing, certainly a summer cocktail, how it should be. But if you're looking for chartreuse recipes, I certainly recommend this as well, especially if you want to get into chartreuse. If you want to try the cocktail recipes, try that spirit. This is a good introduction. It's not overpowering, plenty of flavour with it. I recommend it. But that, guys, has been the Monks in Mexico. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed as we're on the road to 2K, as we're getting ever closer now, as we're only 17 subscribers away from our goal of 2,000 subscribers on the Mixed channel. As you've been fantastic. So stay tuned for the Summer Cocktail series, as I will see you guys again next Sunday for more Summer Cocktails. But I've been Mixed. This has been Monks in Mexico. Cheers.
Bought things there from Mixed. It nearly caught me out, that outtake as well. Preempt from JSGC. So if you heard me say thank you during that, sorry. Anyway, thank you to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check him out. Links and details, they are in the description. Wolves have just found an equaliser through Matheus Nunes against Bournemouth away from home. So that is 1-1. And just watching Sky Sports News, I'm just about to get this stream back up for the City game. I'm sure the second half's already underway. No one's told me that anything is different, so I'm presuming it is still 2-0. Just seen some sad news, really sad news. I know it's associated with Manchester United, but when it comes to player deaths and stuff like that, we're a family community. We're a football family community. The very unfortunate passing of Sir Bobby Charlton's been announced in the last few minutes. Died at the age of 86, which is very sad. A Manchester United legend, of course, a football legend as well. And as I said, when it comes to the death in the football community, football doesn't really hold any rivalries there. And the thoughts of everybody associated with JSGC goes out to Sir Bobby Charlton's family and friends at this very difficult time. 86 years old, a fantastic innings, but nonetheless makes it very sad as well. And what he has achieved in his career is absolutely phenomenal. And rest in peace there to Sir Bobby Charlton. Very sad. Right, I'm going to get the stream up now. Yeah, all the tweets and stuff are coming out. Right, let's get the stream up. Make sure it's refreshed and up to date. Thongboy going for a 5-0 victory. Elliot going for a 6-0 fiesta for Manchester City. Stoke have just gone 2-1 up, taking the lead against Sunderland at home. Luke McNally giving Stoke the lead against the Wayside Club.
He was brilliant to me. And it's a sad day.
Team you met him as well.
Yeah, all talk at the moment dominated by what's happened with the big breaking news about Sir Bobby Charlton. Chris Woods just scored for Nottingham Forest. There will be a tribute to Sir Bobby Charlton next weekend at Old Trafford for the Manchester derby, you imagine. Man United are away from home this weekend, which means that Manchester United's first Premier League game at Old Trafford since his passing will be against Manchester City. So there will be further dedications to him next weekend. So I'm hoping the Manchester City fans will be nice and respectful, even if it is a Manchester derby away from home there, to what's been achieved by Sir Bobby Charlton. Respect to the audience as well. That's what we like to see. So we are underway here for the second half. It's only just got underway. There was only 4 minutes added on. I don't understand why we're getting underway here. Unless my stream's just like 5 minutes behind everyone. Right, those watching in real time, what timers are you on? We've just kicked off here. We're on 45 minutes and 30 seconds. It looks like Brighton have just made a change as well. I was waiting for the thingy at the bottom because it's not popped up who the sub was. City just dominating this game at the moment, really dominating this game. That sub was Veltman coming on for James Milner, which I think's just he's just come back from injury, James Milner, so that's why he's gone off. Right, we're on 60 likes, 40 to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Who do I like more? Well, I think Josko Gvardiol's got off to a better start than Mateo Kovacic, but Kovacic certainly not been bad for City, so it's difficult to pick. Difficult to pick. I mean, due to the age, imagine that Josko Gvardiol is going to be at Manchester City longer than what Mateo Kovacic will be, but it doesn't mean I'm taking anything away from Mateo Kovacic. He's got off to a good start. Thank you very much, Marius, there. Right, Brighton just worked the ball back to the goalkeeper. There's not too much happening in the Etihad at the moment. It's very comfortable for Manchester City. I'm just hoping it's not too comfortable that Man City will get a bit lackadaisical or just switch off for a minute. Brighton will punish us. They're the type of team that will punish us if we do that. So we've just got to remain switched on. Nothing wrong with it being comfortable. Just don't coast. Fine line between comfortable and coasting. Here's Jeremy Doku for Manchester City now. On the left wing for Manchester City. Just works it back to Johnny Stones. And works across here to the right-hand side for City. Marius says that Doku's gone down, so we're just waiting on that. He's watching real time. We're about a minute behind, so we'll see what happens with Doku to go down. Hopefully not off the ball. If it's off the ball, he's injured. We'll see. Let's have a look. Charlton just taking the lead at home against Reading. Chuks and Ike. Brighton coming forward here through Mitoma. Dodges the challenge. That'd have been a yellow card, I think, for Bernardo if that had connected properly. There's Brighton now working their own attack on the right wing. They had a chance to put a ball into the box and they decline it. Joe Rankin Costello's just given Blackburn Rovers the lead at home against Cardiff City. Cross comes in from Brighton, headed clear by Josko Gvardiol at the back. Jeremy Doku, he's got his hair pulled. He just steps on him. That's what the injury is. There you go. He just steps on him. The geezer, Dan, I'd love to say he's down for a penalty. It's not. It's right near City's penalty area. He's just been stepped on, I think. It looks like he's pulling his hair. Is he pulling his shirt or his hair? I think he's pulling his shirt at the back and he just steps on him. It's an accident. There's nothing else in it. I reckon he'll get up. Just stepped on him. Football boots. Got studs on them. They hurt when you get stepped on. Can't imagine they've done anything else. He's in a lot of pain. I think it's just the initial pain. Yeah, he's just stepped on him. completely accidental. There's nothing else in it. There's no cards. Shouldn't be any cards. Lewis Cook, seen red for Bournemouth, sent off. Oldham, 2-0 up away at Rochdale. Big game in the National League. Doku is back on his feet now. It's his right calf that's injured. Walking a bit gingerly. He's in a bit of pain. I think he's just going to try and run it off. Doesn't surprise me that Grealish warming up just in case. And Jack Grealish should be the natural player that will come on, you would think. 50 minutes in here. City 2-0 up. Big game for Brighton coming up. Commentator just said they've got Ajax on Thursday in the Europa League. City just worked this ball back to Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal. Ortega-Moreno. That's not a good ball from Ortega-Moreno. Given away high up here from Brighton. Can they punish Manchester City? Takes to turn and Pascal Gross asking for a penalty. He just gets his shot all wrong there. Really poor giveaway from Stefan Ortega-Moreno. It was a poor giveaway from Brighton in the first half, punished by Erling Haaland. Not punished there by Pascal Gross. Perfectly onside. It's a good touch. Should do better. Should really do better. He's under pressure from Akanji. He's under pressure from Rodri. There's nothing else in it. It just doesn't get his shot right. And out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. That's not a good ball forward from Manchester City, given away. Bernardo Silva was in a good position there, just needed a nice little neat pass forward and given away by Manchester City. Joao Pedro just smothered out from a combination of Akanji and John Stones, and City can just come forward again here. AFC Fylde have found an equaliser against Ebbsfleet. And Stockport County, after getting the commentators' curse from me saying they're doing well and 2-0 up, have blown that, and Grimsby have found an equaliser through the penalty spot from Gavin Houlihan. 2-2 now at Stockport County. Here's Manchester City then. Just working the ball through the middle. Rodri just finds a nice little neat pass into the channel for Bernardo Silva. Ball gets threaded through towards Haaland. He will just about keep that in. Gives it to Jeremy Doku now, who seems to be over his injury, which is good, and good covering defending that from Brighton ensures that Bernardo Silva can't get into a good position to try and potentially have a shot on goal. Ball gets played forward towards Joao Pedro. Can't keep it in, and out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City just inside our own half. Here is Josko Gvardiol now. Gives the ball to Manuel Akanji. Bernardo Silva. Work backwards here to Akanji. Gives it to Phil Foden on the right wing here for City. Fancy's taking on Solly March on the wing and tries to drill a ball across, and looked like that went out of play. Not given. Should have been a corner. I don't get how he's not given a corner there. Anyway, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Brighton just knocking it about in their own half. Man City, I think, are just happy for Brighton to knock it around in their own half. No real danger to the City goal. I think Brighton are too good on the ball to make any silly mistakes. City don't really want to bust a gut, so to speak, wear themselves out when they don't really need to. Brighton need to force the issue here. Gillingham have just found an equaliser against Notts County at home. That shows you what's happening in this game. Not much. Jamzor, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Jeremy Doku looked like he was away there, and referee says no free kick. Doku can't believe it. Felt like Lewis Dunk should have been penalised there. Dundee United. My friend Craig sometimes features on some of my videos, on my vlogs. Will be very happy that Dundee United 2-0 up at Partick Thistle away. Rochdale pulled a goal back against Oldham. Speaking of Craig, actually, you sometimes see on some of my videos. I won't be on any of my vlogs in the near future. Managed to secure himself a visa and a move to North America, off to Canada, which I'm sure will be a fantastic experience for him. Here's Jeremy Doku for Manchester City. Falls over, but not challenged. Shrewsbury 1-0 up against Derby County. Conor Hurahan with an own goal. That's a good pass. John Stones now. Can he square a ball across the penalty area? He can, and Lewis Dunk's there just to get that one clear. Into the stands, taking no chances. Remains 2-0 here at the Etihad. Manchester City lead, and I think City are just happy to coast this. Thank you very much, Jamzor. Do appreciate it. Appreciate any of the promotions and stuff, so thank you very much for that. Not sure I'd use my reactions today. Missed the first goal due to my streams being down. Got the second goal. Could do the second. The first, just non-existent. The blackout. So relying on the streams, Craig will be very happy. 3-0 up Dundee United now. It was right through the back of John Stones there. Free kick given to City. Hey, John Stones has done an hour here. How long did Manchester City give it before you start taking Johnny Stones off? Good free kick. This a good position. 20 yards out. Slightly to the right of centre. Good for a left footer. Surprised Foden's not stood over this, to be honest. Bernardo is. Julian Alvarez fancies this. I think this suits a left footer rather than a right footer. Mitoma lying down in front of the wall. A 4-man wall offered by Brighton. There's a chance this. What can City do from it? Might just be a little bit further out than 20 yards. Might be 22. Good position, this. It's going to be Alvarez over the top of the crossbar. Then suited the left footer. I do hope so. I really do hope so. It'll be a good game of football, that. Be a really good game of football. Brentford have just gone 2-0 up. Brian Mbeumo with a goal for Brentford against Burnley. And on the hour mark's a good time for my stream to stop working once more. So let me refresh that one for you guys. Oh no, I think my link might have fully stopped working here. No. Oh no. It has stopped working. Right. Okay. Cool. We'll just find another one. Just bear with me for a minute. In the meantime, I think Leicester have just taken the lead. They have. Isahaku's given Leicester the lead in the Championship. Away against Swansea, it'll be a good victory that for Leicester if they can hang on to that. I think Wickham had just found an equaliser against Peterborough. Newcastle 3-0 up against Crystal Palace. Murphy, Gordon and Longstaff with the goal. Right, we're back in business. We're past the hour mark. Took nearly 2 minutes that. Sorry, guys. I completely agree, Jamzor. Completely agree. I can see both sides of this argument. I was just speaking about it before in the blackout. Couple of different points. Firstly, I can't believe that City Brighton isn't being broadcast in the UK. Massive game. Two very good teams. Can't believe it. As Akanji goes into the book, bringing down a Brighton player on the counter-attack. 62 minutes in, City lead by 2-0. And next, I can understand the point of view when people saying it discourages people from going to football games, but we're in a cost of living crisis. It's very expensive to go to football games. And a lot of the time, if you go into a football match, a lot of people are season ticket holders. So it doesn't really have any impact on season ticket holders, but it will have an impact on non-season ticket holders. And it's all fine and well saying go to a game. But for example, if you're a City fan or a Chelsea fan, United fan, Arsenal fan, and you've got 40,000 season ticket holders and you've got an away match, say if this was at Brighton, you get given 2,500. That means that 37,500 fans can't go down to watch the game and it's not being broadcast. And it just rubs a bit of salt in the wound that I've done it before. I've traveled to the United States of America where City have been playing in a 3 p.m. game here in the UK, and I've been able to watch that game in the United States. Yet this match at the Etihad's taking place 12 miles down the road from me. I'm not in a financial position to be able to go to game after game after game. Cost a lot of money. A ticket for today's game was £60. £60 is a lot of money. And I've been to plenty of games this season. I'm in a fortunate and lucky position to be able to go to games on a regular basis, but to do it week in, week out is very expensive. And in the Premier League, I just don't think it discourages fans. I think the Premier League's that popular. People are going to go regardless. Matches are going to sell out. Might have a little bit more of an impact on the League One and League Two teams, but down the football pyramid, but not for me. Not for me. I don't think it discourages at all. I know in the EFL, they run something called iFollow, where you can pay £9 per game to be able to watch the games if you're not able to attend, which is a system surely that works better than what's in the Premier League. Because legally, you want to run this legally in the UK, unless you're at the game, you can't watch it. But everyone else around the world can. And you're just coming across again with the traditional fans and everyone else. 3 p.m. kickoffs. I love them. I think they're the best kickoff time. If I'm going to a game, 3 p.m. Saturday is spot on. But for a lot of other people, they're not available, and there'll be a lot of neutrals out there who would want to watch the games. And I imagine the big clubs will be pretty upset about it as well, stopping the expansion of the clubs and people being able to watch Manchester City. Rangers now 3-0 up. They are against Hibernian at Ibrox. Newcastle now 4-0 up. Good team, Newcastle. I've just started watching the documentary on Amazon Prime. Pretty interesting. I've watched the first couple of episodes. I think I prefer when Amazon run their all or nothing documentaries. I love their all or nothing documentaries. This Newcastle one, I don't think is as good as the all or nothing ones. I certainly don't think it's bad. I've just not got into it as much as what I normally do with the all or nothing. So, Havatsky Croatia asking, do I like Messi or Ronaldo more? Well, Ronaldo's got affiliation with Manchester United, so every day of the week it's going to be Messi. And Messi's just an outstanding football player, really. He's done things that is generational, stuff that may never be seen in my lifetime. He's an exceptional player, but not take discrediting Cristiano Ronaldo. He's an exceptional player. I'm not deluded. I'm not going to say he's not. His record says otherwise. It's a phenomenal player that's been there, done that, worn the T-shirt several times, season after season. All that personal preference and style of play, really. And Lionel Messi, very exceptional player. So I've always sat on that side of the fence. It's mad. It's great. I don't really have anything else left to say about the blackout, to be honest. I understand why it's there. I understand why people support it. But it to me personally, it holds more of an inconvenience than a convenience. Am I scared of Newcastle taking a crown? No. No, Manchester City have set the benchmark. If Newcastle want to overtake, Newcastle will have to earn that overtake. I think they need to be better in the market. I think they need to be more ruthless about it. They're a good team, and City are in here. There's Erling Haaland onto his left foot, and it's a cracking save from Jason Steele. Keeps Brighton in the contest 66 minutes in here at the Etihad Stadium, and they can get that one clear. Yeah, no, I'm not scared of Newcastle. They've got the finances to go out there. I think they need to have I don't think they've had a very good window. Sandro Tonali was a good signing. He's getting banned. He's getting a gambling ban. He's going to be out for months. They're a good team. I don't think they're ready to challenge for the title. So when it comes to Man City's crown at the top of the Premier League, I think Liverpool caused me more of a concern than Newcastle. Of course, we love Pep Guardiola. Not just like, we love Pep Guardiola here. Wrexham, popular for their second series now of Disney Plus. Very interesting series if you want to go and check it out, if that's your cup of tea. It's very... I know that there might be some Americans watching this, so please don't take this as any disrespect when I say this, but the program is very Americanized when it comes to football, almost speaking to you like you're an idiot. But let's not forget, there'll be a lot of people who've not really watched soccer. It's football over here, okay? They've not really watched football before. They don't really know what it's about and what it stands for. And the first time they come across it, it's that Disney Plus documentary on Wrexham, so they dumb it down. But very interesting into the running of it, and in particular, Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds and the amount of stuff that goes in on the background. Very interesting to see, and a very passionate fan base. And very fortunate that I've been to Wrexham and watched a game of theirs, because it's very difficult to get tickets. As Stefan Ortega-Moreno makes a good save for Manchester City and keeps out Mitoma. Bristol Rovers, player sent off, Ryan Woods sent off. It's Paul Mullin, by the way, that found the goal for Wrexham. Oldham, I didn't realise they'd conceded twice and were gone from 2-0 up to 2-2 against Rochdale, but it doesn't matter because they're now 3-2 up through Hallam Hope. Big game there in the National League, of course. City got 22 minutes here to, I say, survive. Brighton just mustered up their first opportunity, really, in near 70 minutes. But Brighton certainly up in the tempo and taking the game here to Manchester City. Perhaps just trying to sense some tired legs. It might be a good time for City to make a sub or two here. Get some more defensive reinforcements on. And they do. It's narrated to you like you've never watched a football game. I understand why they've done that. That might be their way of putting it across, because it might be very confusing if you have no understanding of the game. But as someone who does have an understanding of the game, and a lot of people in the UK have a good understanding of the game, you watch it and it can come across as a bit cheesy and a bit cringy, but it's certainly worth a watch. Really good. I've not had a chance to watch the David Beckham one. Would you recommend? I'm not too keen. I've just got a feeling it's going to be very Manchester United based, and that'll take it away from me. Corner here for Brighton. Some more defending. Chance for the likes of Lewis Dunk to get forward. Corner comes in from March and a header comes in from Brighton. And I mean, Matoma's hit the side netting. This is interesting. So Mitoma heads it into the side net. Brighton fans are going crazy. They think it's gone in. And City fans, lots of ironic cheers, of course. Charlton, good win for them. 3-0. Alfie Mays just grabbed the third for them. 3-0 up against Reading at home. All right, okay. I've been seeing some like TikTok memes based on Victoria Beckham. I don't know. I'd have to give it a watch to see. Not sure. Hey, City coming forward again. Straight at Jason Steele there from Jeremy Doku with a good shot. I'll give that Beckham thing a chance. I'll watch the first episode. You know, I give things a chance. See if it's any good. Might be pleasantly surprised. It might be good. Might be really interesting. I might think, yeah, this is shocking. I'd not bother to watch episode 2. I think so they're dipping into it. Okay. They're dipping into it. Cool. 1998 World Cup. Go out in the last 16, England do. Beckham saw red. 18 minutes remaining here then for Manchester City. As Crew have just gone 3-2 up against Crawley away from home. Oh, it's a great pass. Jeremy Doku could be in here and Jason Steele. Open net for City. Is he going to lob the keeper? He goes for it. And it's blocked. Ah, so close from Manchester City. Brighton are in here on the counter, you know. Brighton are in here on the counter. City struggling. Mitoma into the penalty area, squared across, and dipped in and poked under Stefan Ortega-Moreno, and Ansu Fati, loanee from Barcelona, has grabbed a goal back here for Brighton, and Manchester City may just have a little bit of work to do. Grandstand finish, as the saying goes. No sooner should Manchester City have been 3-0 up through lobbing the keeper, cleared off the line. Brighton literally 3 passes later are in Manchester City's penalty area. It's all about Mitoma. Oh, Manchester City just... I said Brighton were committing the players forward. City just needed to be careful. It's well taken first time from Ansu Fati. Really well taken. Just in the right place. He doesn't hesitate. He takes a touch. I think City find the block. It's a good finish. It's under the keeper. There's not much power. There's not much pace on it. It's just stabbed home. And now City make the subs. Johnny Stones comes off. 74 minutes in, 16 minutes then. We don't want City to be hanging on. I said there's a fine line for City. Fine line between cruising and being in control and looking comfortable and coasting. And we haven't really done anything in this second half. So, there we go. Ruben Dias comes on for Johnny Stones, and Doku's going to come off. He's had a really good game here for Manchester City. And Jack Grealish is going to come off. City looking for some more defensive reinforcements because Brighton are going to chuck the kitchen sink here at Manchester City. I said it were going to be both teams to score. I just need a Phil Foden assist and my bet's in. Mason looking for... See, I want a Phil Foden assist or a goal for Foden, not bothered which. Goal or assist I've got. And that'll do for me. So it's covering his time at LA Galaxy, Real Madrid, AC Milan, and PSG. Is it not covering his thingy with Inter Miami as well? So 17 seconds between Julian Alvarez's lob over the keeper and cleared off the line from Brighton to Ansu Fati putting the ball in the back of the Manchester City net and making it 2-1 here. As I said, could be a bit of a grandstand finish. Right, guys, let's get them likes up. We are 37 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here, and do press that red button as well. That would be much appreciated. Do let me know your thoughts as well. It does cover David Beckham's time at Inter Miami right at the end. Cool. Stockport County, through Louis Barry, have just retaken the lead against Grimsby Town. Again, Brighton just dominating the ball here. This has not been a very good... It was a good first half from Manchester City, and I wonder if City just thought that the job was done at 2-0. It's Brighton that are having the possession. It's Brighton that's dominating this game. This is Manchester City just need to be careful here. Really do need to be careful. And this is what happens. 2-0 is always a very dangerous scoreline, in particular at half-time. You grab a third, the game's done. You concede, and all the momentum goes to your opponents. Very dangerous scoreline, 2-0. Normally for Manchester City, though, you grab a killer second goal, it's the game. City don't often blow 2-goal leads. And remember, at half-time, Brighton were 20-1 to find the draw. City need to be careful. Leeds were 2-0 down. Now 2-2 against Norwich. Harrogate 2-1 up against Colchester away. Oh, fair enough. Just the big marquee signing and then leave it there. Mason, absolutely spot on. Job's not done till that final whistle's gone. And Man City should really have just been pushing. I wanted them to push first 5-10 minutes of this second half, grab that third goal and kill this match off. They haven't, and now we're in a position where we've got 13 minutes here where Brighton are chucking the kitchen sink at us. 13 minutes then for Manchester City to try and get back to winning ways. I said it was going to be both teams to score. I said this was going to be a close game. It doesn't surprise me, this. It really doesn't surprise me. I wonder if Ederson, how he feels getting dropped for Stefan Ortega-Moreno today, and Ortega-Moreno goes on to concede. I think he'll be rubbing his hands thinking, I'm back in against young boys with Burnham. If I can keep a clean sheet, I'm in for the derby, and I'm probably going to be there for the season as well. Not saying Ortega-Moreno's done anything wrong. It's just really how Manchester City work. Here's City with the ball. Let's not forget that the best way of Man City to coast this game out and see this game out is to have the ball, keep the ball, and get it as far away from our goal as possible. Only takes 17 seconds for Brighton to go from one end to the other, though. From there, goal literally on the line to crossing the ball over the Manchester City goal line to make it 2-1. The Gerds are 4-0 up. City coming forward. I think we'll all feel better if City could grab a third goal. I really do. Watford just taking the lead in the Championship at home against Sheffield Wednesday. Struggling Sheffield Wednesday. There isn't much happening. I'll be honest. 11 minutes plus whatever's to be added on. And there hasn't been that much time wasted in this game either. So I can't imagine it's going to be anything ridiculous unless they're just doing it for tension. 10 minutes. Here, have 10 minutes. What they did in the Merseyside derby, wasn't it? 9 minutes. That's really good work from Phil Foden. And City now in a really good position. Can City kill this off? Julian Alvarez. Grealish has got space. He can't get the ball across. Jack. Here's Josko Gvardiol now to Jack Grealish. Just keep hold of the ball. Luton have got a goal back against Forest. Nottingham Forest went 2-0 up. Second goal for Chris Wood. And it's Chidozie Ogben with a goal back for Luton Town. Right, we're into the final 10 minutes here. Is it going to be a nervy 10 minutes or can Man City wrap this one up? Poor giveaway from Brighton. High up as well. Grealish finds Rodri. On a yellow card, don't forget. And City, hang on. Jackie G with the ball. Just works it backwards. Gives it to Ruben Dias now. They're having a VAR check now, I think maybe for the Luton goal. Kyle Walker forward for City. City looking to just try and thread that ball forward for Phil Foden, but just couldn't get it in. Good defending from Brighton means it remains 2-1 Manchester City, and City don't create an opportunity there. I was going to say Brighton shut the kitchen sink at Manchester City and it would be a bit of a nervy ending, but for the last 3 minutes, Man City have completely dominated the possession of this ball and Man City look to be, again, in control. We're playing with more intensity, finding the space and finding the gaps. Why weren't we doing this at 2-0? Brighton looked dead and buried. Just needed City to persevere, keep pushing, kill the game off. Brighton got the tail between the legs. They've got a point to prove. Still, clock ticks away. 8 minutes or so remaining here of normal time, plus whatever's to be added on. And within 2 minutes, Hartlepool were 1-0 up against Aldershot. Aldershot are now 2-1 up. Notts County are 2-1 up against Gillingham as well. It's City driving forward. Oh, it's a great run. Oh, Josko Gvardiol couldn't find the pass. And that'll go out for a goal kick off a deflection off Josko Gvardiol. City fans show their appreciation to Gvardiol's run there. And I think Brighton will be pretty happy that after near enough 3 minutes of City having the ball, Brighton can have possession for themselves and see if they can muster up an opportunity. Nearly got the pass there, Josko Gvardiol. It was a good driving run. Anyway, Jason Steele plays a pass forward under pressure. Brighton can avoid the initial press and can work their way out from the back. So Manchester City, imagine they're continuing to press, but at some point City will take the foot off the gas and they'll just step back to look to get numbers. Man City smell blood here, though. They're continuing with the press. Here's Lewis Dunk now. Worked into midfield by Brighton and just not getting knocked around. Very sad, of course. That's about Bobby Charlton. Dundee United now 5-0 up. Rochdale have found a goal back against Oldham again. It's now 4-3 there and in a very entertaining game of football at Spotland. We're 35 likes now away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Subscribe as well if you are new around here. Here's Brighton then, knocking the ball forward. 7 minutes remaining of this game. 2-1. Manchester City just managed to surround Brighton out and should have come away with possession, but they get lucky there, Brighton, off Jack Grealish miscontrolling the ball and out for a throw-in to Brighton, and Brighton managed to get themselves another throw-in further up the field, again off Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish not happy about that, as Wolves have found a late winner, you would think, through Kalvin Phillips. Let me say his name. 2-1 up anyway, Wolves against Bournemouth, after Bournemouth went down to 10 men on 54 minutes with Cook sent off. Bradford have found a late equaliser through Adam Wilson against Wrexham. And Jack Grealish has talked his way into a booking. 6 minutes remaining here at the Etihad. 2-1. Manchester City lead. Leicester City now 3-1 up. Kelechi Iheanacho, former Manchester City man, sealing the deal there for Leicester City. Swindon Town through Charlie Austin have taken the lead away at Salford. Brentford have done something Manchester City couldn't do and have got that killer third goal cushion to kill off Burnley, who are down to 10 men. It is Godos with the goal for Brentford as Burnley continue their struggles in the Premier League under former Manchester City captain Vincent Kompany, who is their manager. Brentford 3-0 up. Brighton continue to come forward here, and Manchester City... Evan Ferguson not happy about that. Josko Gvardiol just chucks himself to the ground, and free kick given to Manchester City with 5 minutes now remaining here. 5 minutes. Burton 3-1 up against Bristol Rovers now. Leeds turned it all around. Somerville giving them a goal. 3-2 up against Norwich. Oh, my stream stopped working. It's not the time for my stream to stop working. No. Last thing I need. It might just need refreshing. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, still 2-1 Manchester City at the moment. 5 minutes remaining. City still look relatively comfortable at the moment. Just keep getting loads of adverts. There we go. Right. 4 minutes remaining. Still 2-1. We're back in biz. Brighton, though, with the ball. Working it into the Manchester City half now. Joao Pedro finds a bit of space. Evan Ferguson. It's a good tackle from City. Erling Haaland being forced backwards here. Oh, he uses his strength well, Haaland. Oh, very unlucky. And referee gives a free kick as well for his run there. Veltman twice went with the shoulder barge. Referees deemed it to be a foul. I'm not sure about that, but I'll take that. I really will. I don't want a second. No thanks. I understand the grind. I understand the point of view. The City social media side of things, it'll just lose the plot. We lost the last couple of games. I don't need us blowing a 2-0 lead. I need us to hang on. It's emotionally draining when things don't go well. I hope we just need to get back to winning ways. It's good work, this, from Manchester City. Really good work. Into the Brighton half. Grealish on the left-hand side, and my bloody stream stopped working again. Guys, if you're watching real time, let me know if there's anything important, red cards and goals and stuff happening. Keep everyone up to date. Not the time for my stream to stop working. This is a tense end to the game. I don't need this. Portsmouth have just found a very late goal in the 93rd minute at home against Carlisle to go 1-0 up. Dad'll be very happy. Bolton have hung on to win. Blackpool have found a late equaliser. Jordan Rhodes finding the equaliser for Blackpool. Middlesbrough found a late goal at home. So 1-0 up against Wayne Rooney's Birmingham, just being appointed the manager at Birmingham this week. Luton Town. Wow. Adebayo finding a 92nd minute equaliser. They were 2-0 behind against Nottingham Forest. They've found the equaliser. My stream continues not to work. Give me a second, guys. Do we miss any? Probably Ilkay Gundogan's probably the one we missed the most. We look a little bit short in midfield. And sort of Gundogan's quality is always going to be very difficult to replace, in my opinion. Riyad Mahrez is not too far behind in being missed as well. But both the players went into the 30s. City obviously choosing to want to try and freshen things up, go with younger players and try and go down that route. It's just going to take a little bit of time to replace such quality players. Always takes City a bit of time to replace players. Jeremy Doku looks like a good signing for City. Grealish has got competition for his place, so that's a good bit of business from City, I think. I don't think my stream's going to work, so I'm going to try a new link. Give me a second. No one's alerted me to any goal at the Etihad. I've got Sky Sports News on here in case there's anything going on. Right, there's an injury at the Mo. As we're into 4 minutes added on, so 91st minute, 4 minutes added on. There's an injury to a Brighton player. My stream. Come on, man. Jamzo, please don't include this in the video of me losing the plot over my stream. Just starts working and then, whoa, ran. Come on. It's a good win for Accrington, beating Milton Keynes Dons at home. Really started to come into their own now in League 2, Accrington, after being relegated from League 1. Right, 2 minutes still left to play. Still player down to be stretched off. Looks like they've been down a while. I don't know who it is. It's Sonny March. My stream just keeps not working. I'm going to find a new link. I don't like that one. Give me another minute. There's nothing happening in the City game. Sonny March has been stretched off. It's near enough 5 o'clock in this City game, showing no signs of ending as of yet. These streams are just not liking it at the moment. They're just not liking it. Marius, do you know what, Marius? I'm going to give you man of the match for keeping everyone up to date when my stream's been clocking out, been superb. So Marius gets my man of the match. If we're going for a player on the pitch, Jeremy Doku, I'm going to match. That's had an outstanding game for Manchester City. He starts against the young boys of Bern midweek, in my opinion. I wonder if we'll see Doku get tried on the right wing at any point. I wonder. So many adverts. Is this going to work? The answer is no. So it's in the 93rd minute. Probably miles behind everybody else. So many adverts. Tyler, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheering on Manchester City. It's 5 p.m. here now in the UK. Still, game not over. None of these links are working. Not one. Maybe this one. We'll just keep trying. Oh, no. People are putting, oh, no, and stupid thing for Akanji to do. It's not what we need. What's happened? I don't need, oh, no. My stream's not working. I don't know what's happening. I don't need that. Please don't tell me we've conceded. Still, nothing working. A red card. Do you know what? That's not good. That's not what we needed. Is it a free kick? Penalty? What's my heart's pounding. What is happening? I hate these finishes. Why have we not killed this game off when we had the chance? Oh, Southampton have grabbed a late winner against Hull City, Ryan Fraser. Why are these streams not working? Well, oh my God. I am stressed. I am stressed. I need this game to end. So Manuel Akanji sent off, Julia informs me. Red card for Manuel Akanji. City down to 10 men. Very late on in this game. We're 2-1 up against Brighton. We need to hold on. We don't need 10 men, so it'll be part of the bus for City to get this job done. Salford found a very late equaliser in the 95th minute through Liam Humbles against Swindon Town. Right, hopefully we've got a stream. Hopefully we've got a stream. All right, so we're into the 97th minute. City down to 10 men. City firmly camped in their own half. Brighton sending off, stretching off. Maybe another minute or two left. It's 97th minute. Ref looks at his watch. Chance to put a ball into the box for Brighton. It's around the edge of the penalty area. Can they work an opportunity? Can they work an opportunity? Into the penalty area, squared across and out for a corner late on here. Yeah, we just need that full-time whistle. Defensive responsibilities. Corner getting walked by Brighton to the edge of the penalty area. Cross comes in. It's too deep and out for a goal kick to Manchester City. JSGC stream decides it's not working, so I have to refresh. So chat, keep me up to date. Tyler informing me free kick. He doesn't tell me who it's to. Who knows? I'm going to hope that it's for Manchester City, and that'll be that. Get the boomerang out. Blue Moon rings out. Ball sent long with 4 minutes over the 4 minutes added on here. How long's the referee going to add on? Brighton come forward. It was a free kick for Brighton. So a last chance maybe for them to get how many minutes? Who knows? Foden can't believe it. My stream decides to stop working. We just need to get the job done. I'm just going to keep refreshing. Chat, keep me up to date. City just need to get this job done. Southampton managed to grab that win against Hull. My stream still not working. Can't be much longer left here. And there we go. Dad providing the goods for me there. There we go. Boom. Full time. 2-1. Manchester City win here. I'm just going to... Woo! My heart can settle for a few more days. It's a good win for Manchester City. I think we ran things closer than we needed to in that game. We didn't need to make hard work for ourselves. We did make hard work for ourselves. Akanji sees red. Job done as far as I'm concerned. Akanji suspended for the Manchester derby next weekend. We need to make sure we keep John Stones fit. Manuel Akanji should be starting for the Champions League match now that he's not going to be playing, to not run a risk of an injury for a Kyle Walker, a Josko Gvardiol, a Ruben Dias, a John Stones. Job done there for Manchester City. Creator happy. Right, there we go. Job done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll very quickly just go through the stats because I'm going to get my review video out for you guys to enjoy. Mighty relief for JSGC this afternoon. It's a good win. It's a really good win. Really good win and a needed win. Back to winning ways. It isn't 3 losses in a row. So, we managed to keep Rodri red card free as well. Akanji was sent off for Manchester City. Jack Grealish was shown a yellow card as well. We saw Nathan Ake come on. All 5 subs used by Brighton. So it's a win for Manchester City. Goal for Julian Alvarez on 7 minutes. An assist for Jeremy Doku, squared across and tucked away, sending the keeper diving the wrong way for Julian Alvarez to open the scoring on 7 minutes. 19 minutes in, Erling Haaland grabs the goal for Manchester City with a well-taken goal from outside the penalty area to make it 2-0. And then Brighton grab a goal back on the 73rd minute. Ansu Fati with the goal. A well-taken goal first time, no hesitation. Poked under the keeper for 2-1. And then Akanji saw red late on for Manchester City, but it's enough to seal the 3 points for City. And hopefully Sky Sports will have updated their league table. And Manchester City will be moving on to 21 points. They've not updated it as of yet. So Manchester City, with Tottenham not playing and Arsenal not playing right now, Manchester City have gone top of the Premier League, at least momentarily so far. Just very quickly having a look at the stats for this game then. A closer second half. Brighton played better in that second half. As you can see, the possession is where I was expecting it to be. 54.8% for Manchester City, 45.2% for Brighton. Brighton had 5 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. City 10 shots, 6 on target, with 2 goals for the win, and Haaland shows his relief there. No block shots for either team. Passing completion rate very close. 88% for Brighton, 89.4% for Manchester City. Couple of clear-cut chances created by Brighton, 1 for Manchester City, a couple of corners apiece. Aerial duels 50-50, tackles 57% to 50% for Brighton, to better in the second half for Manchester City. City's defence tested more in that second half. Brighton better in that second half. Man City never really forced the issue, but we hold on and get an important win for the boys in blue of Manchester City. So, I wanted to thank everybody for watching. Much appreciated. I do hope that everybody is safe and well. I do hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. Remember, I'll be back with a match review within the next hour. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, and then we're going to have all the build-up to next week's games, including an away match against the young boys of Bern in Switzerland as we get back with Champions League action. And, of course, all the build-up to the huge Manchester derby next weekend, next Sunday, Manchester United against Manchester City at Old Trafford. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I do hope everyone is safe and well. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the live chat whilst we are still live. Tyler very happy with the goals. The creator very happy with the win for Manchester City as well. I'm delighted with that as well. And also don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We're hit 71 likes. We're 29 likes away from 100 likes. So we'll see if we can get past 80 likes in the post-production of that. I'm not too sure if we'll get to 100. It doesn't matter. We'll aim for it on the next one. But you never know. We might hit it in the post-production. You never know. So do leave a thumbs up as well. That would be much appreciated. OG, thanks for tuning in, saying good win deserved for Manchester City in the end. A narrow game. It was a close game. Always was going to be. We got the job done. And actually, what I said in my preview, I said City would score first, score second, 2 goals in the first half. Brighton would get a goal back in the second half. And Man City hold on. That's what I said in the preview. Go and check it out. I predicted exactly what would happen. Fantastic. Back to winning ways. I'll have a match review out within the next hour. You have my word. So I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Peace. Ciao for now.